Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It is I, the Conservative Coin Collector, and today's video has a little bit of a backstory. My dad pulled out his passport papers and found some interesting dollar bills, and I'm going to go through them with you. Currently, my dad and my brother are on their way to Uganda as I speak. Earlier, they went from our house to Detroit. Then they're going to go Detroit to Amsterdam, then it's Amsterdam to Uganda. My brother is going to, it was just originally my brother going. He was going to do a thesis on missionaries overseas. And my dad's a photographer, and he realized my brother is going to be off of Lake Victoria. So that's, going to be a lot of photography for him. But long story short, he pulled out his passport papers and found these and these. The coins, I'm not quite sure what they are, but the dollar bills are from the last time he was in Africa in 2010. He climbed Mount Kilimanjaro with our, it was hosted by Eddie Kilgore. He was the leader there. He was the sports director of our local Channel 2 News. And that's where the dollar bills came from. I have a Diez pesos, a 10, I want to say maybe 10, 1 peso, maybe 10 cents. See if I can do this a little differently so I know what I'm doing. Let's do it this way. It says Diez pesos, $10 from Mexico. This is a 5 pesos from Mexico. I already have several of those in my collection. And he did go to Mexico a while back, another photography event. Pre-COVID, he was out of the country a lot. Not a whole lot, but then COVID hit, and then, we all stayed home, and, well, here we are now. This is what the bulk of the video was going to be about. The dollar bills that my dad has collected from all of his outings on all these different countries over the years. This one is 2,200 200 pesos. Doing a quick Google search on this 200 peso note, it shows the scholar. She was a scholar, a poet, and a nun, Sor Juliana Inés de la Cruz, with her book and her writing quill. And on the back of it here is where she lived. That's pretty cool. There's a lot of 50 peso dollar bills. I'm sure the 50 peso was used the most down when he went to Mexico. Oh, maybe 2000. I want to say 7 or 8ish. More 50 peso coins. Not coins, but dollar bills. I have a couple of 20 peso bills. It's pretty sharp and snazzy looking. And our neighbors to the north, Canada. This is a Canada $5 bill. Yeah, it's got, hockey players on it. It's got some sleder right there. And looks like 2 people ice skating. And this looks like the front of it with Canadian leaves on the front of it. This looks similar to what we have on our $100 bill with the plastic stripe but the plastic stripe is on the side of this here. And it says Bank of Canada in French. And looks like it was signed by the 2 people that signed the dollar bill in America. I think it's the Secretary of Treasury, a Deputy Governor, and Governor. Not the Secretary of Treasury, but 2 people who think they're important enough, so they sign a dollar bill. I don't know. Now, these are from the Bank of Tanzania. This money is from when my dad climbed Mount Kilimanjaro back in 2010. And I'm not sure if this is what the money looks like today because it's been a decade. But if you look at the front of this, or I'm not sure what is the front, what is the back. I assume maybe the front of it has these, fancy holographic plastic things on there. Well, this is 5,000 shillings. And it's very cool. It's got a rhino on the back, on the front or back, if I'm not sure. This is the first time I've seen these dollar bills since he brought them home in 2010, so I'm not sure what's the front, what's the back. If I was to guess, this would be the front of it, this would be the back of it. The front of it here looks like a longhorn steer. It's got the serial number, and this is a 500 shilling dollar bill here. The back of it, front of it, pretty cool. Move those to the side. Have a couple of 1,000 shilling banknotes here. Of course, it's a Bank of Tanzania. Looks like there is a woman on the front of this dollar bill here. I'm going to have to look her up and see how important she is to the people of Tanzania, or if she's a historical figure or something. Turns out I was way off. That's not a woman, that's a man. That is Julius Kane something or other. He was the former president of Tanzania. Unfortunately, he passed away in 1999, so I'm not sure how old these dollar bills were when my dad got them. And I'm not sure about Tanzania's policy on putting figures like him on dollar bills. But I know at least in America, you have to be dead before you're on a dollar bill. So it could have been the same policy over there. I'm not sure their laws and their policies on that because I don't live over there. I'm in America, so I have to do a little more research on that. And the last thing I have is a 2,000 shilling note to share with you. And this one's my favorite one because it has a lion on the front of it. This is a pretty note right here. Look at how beautiful she is. This is the 2,000 shillings Bank of Tanzania note. Well, those are the cool foreign dollar bills that my dad has collected over the years from his travels to Mexico, to Canada, to Tanzania, and I'm sure he'll bring back some Ugandan money if he gets a chance. I would love to see some Ugandan money. I would love to make a video on it. But he's going to be in Uganda for a month, so it's going to be at least 2 months before I do a video on that, even if he brings some Ugandan money home. I'm not sure, but he's currently in the air as we speak, traveling from Detroit to Amsterdam, which is going to be probably about 10 or 12 hours. And then Amsterdam to Uganda is another 12 hours. It's going to be at least a 28-hour flight. So safe travels to my dad and my brother. And that being said, I'm the Conservative Coin Collector. Thank you so much for watching. You know, to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and do all that good stuff. And until next time, I'm signing off. So long, YouTube.